Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back on the channel. Got another Mr. Ballin' Lost episode. This is Lost episode number 8. The man's movie is the worst thing ever. Oh, this man's movie. Not why I say the man? You alright? You alright, look good?
I'm trying to pop my hip.
Pop your heel? How you trying to pop your heel?
That's how I pop it sometimes. No, it works.
Hey, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. You got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
Let's get it, baby. Let's check it out. Let's see what this is about. You ready?
Alright.
Let's go.
Jun Lin was a 33-year-old international undergraduate student from Wuhan, China. He moved to Montreal, Canada in 2010 to study engineering and computer science. And according to his best friend, Benjamin Zhu, Lin had also moved to Canada because Lin was actually gay, just not openly. And back home in China, he had hid that from his family and from society because he felt pressure to, conform. And he had even married a woman to keep up appearances. But that relationship ended in divorce, and he ultimately decided, I need to be myself. I need to go someplace that can allow me to do that. And he saw Canada as that place. So Lin gets to Montreal, and by all accounts, he's really pleased with the accepting and liberal culture there. It was everything he hoped it would be. But Lin was notoriously shy and reserved, and after living in Canada for about a year or so, he hadn't really built a very big network at all. He only had a handful of very close friends. Lin did go out and get a cat that he absolutely adored and treated like a baby, and it seems like the cat might have been his closest companion in that first year and a half. But in early 2012, Lin finally reached a point where he was like, you know what? I need to put myself out there and make some new friends. I need to get uncomfortable to expand my network a little bit. And so he went on Craigslist in hopes that he would find someone basically asking for a friend. He would find an ad from a guy named Luca Magnotta, who was roughly his age, who was asking for guys that wanted to be in a homemade movie with him. But he explicitly said in the post that it was nothing inappropriate. It was just a fun homemade movie. And apparently Lin thought, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is an easy way to make a friend. And he reached out to Luca, and the two set a date to meet up. Unfortunately for Lin, this Craigslist ad was bait. 1 year before Luca posted that Craigslist ad asking for someone to be in his movie with him, he had made another kind of movie. It was called One Boy, Two Kittens. And it was Luca filming himself suffocating 2 cats to death. Luca posted this video anonymously and took great measures.
They always say that's how it starts, though. Cruelty on animals, and once they do, I guess once they can commit it to animals, it's like, all right, if I can do it to
Okay.
How does doing it to an animal makes you like, okay, I'm comfortable enough to do it to a human?
But
When
sick, bro.
Suffocating 2 cats to death. Luca posted this video anonymously and took great measures to ensure on camera he didn't give anything away about himself. He wanted to shock the world with this video, but he didn't want to get caught. Now, once this video started getting spread around the internet and people saw that this wasn't a hoax, it was a real horrible video, a large Facebook group was started with the sole purpose being, let's figure out who did this. Let's figure out who made this video. And they painstakingly went through every single scene in this horrible video, and they were able to pull quite a bit of information about who the person was that created this video, but they didn't have enough information to identify who it really was. But when Luca uploaded a second and then third video of him again harming more cats, This Facebook group started to recognize a pattern. Luca was incorporating very specific music into the background of these videos, as well as a couple of posters that were intentionally placed in the shot of these videos. And it became clear that Luca was trying to recreate certain scenes from certain movies. And it was through these movie references that they determined Luca was in Canada, and then using one of the still shots from a picture he had posted, they figured out exactly in Canada where he was. And so they felt like they had finally nailed this guy, and they reach out to Canadian authorities and they say, hey, we have this guy, you know, he's harming animals and he's showing all the signs that he's going to do this to a human at some point. We know exactly where he lives, we know his name, we know everything about him. Here you go arrest this guy. But the Canadian authorities basically said, it's just cats. We really can't do much about this. And they sat on it. They didn't do anything. Fast forward to May 24th, 2012, and it's the day that Lynn and Luca Magnotta are supposed to meet up to make this fun movie. There is security footage of Lynn meeting up with Luca right outside of Luca's apartment in Montreal, Canada. They walk up to the front door. Lynn has a yellow shirt on. Luca has a white shirt on. Luca opens the door, Lynn follows after him, and the two walk down the hall and up the stairs and out of view. They make their way up to room 208, that was Luca's apartment. They go inside and Luca offers Lynn some wine that he had put some very heavy sedative into, and Lynn didn't know this. Lynn drinks the wine and he becomes lethargic and tired, but he's not totally unconscious. Luca brings Lynn over to the bed and he has him lay down, and then he ties his arms and his legs to the bed as he's laying on his back. And then Luca turns on some music and he gets a camera on a tripod and he sets it up at the base of the bed looking at Lynn. Luca hits record and you can see that Lynn is still conscious and moving around, but he's not fighting back in any way. Luca walks up to the side of the bed and he kind of pats Lynn on the head before getting on top of him, pulling out an ice pick and brutally killing Lynn on camera.
Boy, you know, think about our ice pick. That's brutal, bro. An ice pick? It's a horrible way. What the fuck? And the fact the Canadian government was like,
Okay, no, just cats.
It's just cats. Who cares?
Like what?
This ice pick. Afterwards, Luca gets off the bed. He puts on Lynn's yellow t-shirt that he had been wearing, and Luca just casually leaves his apartment and comes back with a bag filled with cleaning materials and gloves. But before he goes in to the apartment, the security camera picks him up, stopping and looking at his own reflection and checking to make sure his hair was perfectly placed behind his ears, as if there's nothing more important right now than his appearance, even though literally minutes earlier, you just savagely killed someone on camera. After ensuring his hair was in just the right position, he casually walks back into the apartment building, up to his room, into the room where Lynn is. He brings him into the bathroom and chops him into pieces. He kept a few smaller pieces for himself that he eventually ate. He wrapped up the hands and feet, which he ultimately mailed to the Canadian government. And then the rest of Lynn was cut into fairly small pieces and put into trash bags. And then over the next several hours, Luca would make dozens of trips from his room down to the basement of the apartment building where he would dispose of these bags in the dumpster. The next day, on May 25th, 2012, Luca anonymously uploaded an 11-minute video called One Lunatic, One Ice Pick to the shock website Best Gore. The video was of Luca killing John Lynn. When the Facebook group that had been tracking Luca for his animal cruelty saw this video, this One Lunatic, One Ice Pick video, they instantly knew this is Luca, and they told the police and they showed them all the evidence from previous videos and why this is definitely Luca. And the police listened, and they were able to find Luca sitting in an internet cafe in Berlin, Germany, Googling himself. Luca would try to use insanity as his defense, but the Facebook group had shared with the police, and then the police shared with the prosecutors, that Luca was actually just reenacting scenes from some of his favorite movies. It was this bizarre fantasy he had, and what he did to John Lynn is eerily similar to the opening scene of Luca's favorite movie of all time, Basic Instinct. In the movie, a woman is sitting on a man who's tied up on a bed, and she reaches under the sheets and she pulls out an ice pick and proceeds to kill the man with it. Luca was quickly found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. I decided to leave out any of the footage from One Lunatic, One Ice Pick. It's truly one of the most distressing things I've ever seen. So If you want to see that, that's up to you. Instead, I included the footage of Luca and Lynn going into the apartment building together, and then Luca coming down sometime later after having killed Lynn, now wearing Lynn's shirt, and then makes all those trips to the dumpster as he's disposing of Lynn's body.
Oh, we seen this before.
This is...
Yeah, we seen this clip before. Like a while ago.
I'm so sad. Just looking for a friend. Wow. Look at him.
Yeah, that man sick, bro.
So that's going to do it, guys. Let me know what you thought of these 3 stories in the comment section, and I will...
Yo,
Oh,
that's
devastating.
sick. But I do remember this story, though. We have heard about this story before. I don't know if it's a Nick Crowley or back in the day when we used to do top 10s. It was a video like years ago we seen. Like,
I don't know.
we've been doing YouTube, 4 or 5 years now, so it's probably been about...
We've been doing YouTube longer than 4 or 5 years. Got about 5 years. 4 or 5 years.
It's about 5.
Yeah, but I think I have. I just didn't know if it was the same story because I don't remember all the details.
Reason why I'm saying that, I remember the clip of them going in together.
You?
Yeah, and a compilation we did a while ago.
Just to think that you just met a new friend and y'all just about to hang out and that's just going to be that. Just for this to be your last moments. Oh, that's devastating.
You walk into your quote unquote not like final resting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without you knowing it. That's the most tragic ass story, bro. And the fact that it could have been prevented.
Like that, it could have. It could have.
But they decided not to listen.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, man. Y'all spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below, man. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are.
Kid and C.
We out.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my